Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that truly bridges faith and science in the most astonishing way possible. Prepare to be amazed as we explore some incredible Eucharistic miracles, events so profound, so utterly inexplicable, that even the most rigorous scientific minds have been left scratching their heads. If you're ready to have your perceptions challenged and your spirit uplifted, stick around, because this is going to be an unforgettable journey. For centuries, across different cultures and continents, there have been countless reports of something truly extraordinary happening during the Catholic Mass. We're talking about the Eucharist, the bread and wine consecrated to become the body and blood of Christ, appearing to transform in ways that defy all natural explanation. These aren't just old tales or legends. Many of these events have been meticulously investigated, documented, and even analyzed by top scientists, often with results that are nothing short of breathtaking. Let us start with perhaps one of the most famous and well-documented cases, the Eucharistic miracle of Lanciano, Italy. This event dates all the way back to the 8th century. Picture this: a Basilian monk, during Mass, was struggling with doubts about the real presence of Christ in the Eucharist. As he consecrated the bread and wine, before his very eyes, the host transformed into flesh and the wine into blood. Naturally, this caused a sensation. What happened next is truly remarkable. This miracle has been preserved for over 12 centuries, and it's still visible today in Lanciano. Fast forward to the 1970s, when modern science got involved. A team of scientists, led by the renowned anatomist and histopathologist Dr. Edoardo Linoli, conducted extensive examinations of the relics. Their findings were absolutely astounding. The flesh was identified as human cardiac tissue, specifically myocardial tissue, and the blood group matched human blood. What's more, there were no preservatives used, yet the tissue and blood had remained perfectly preserved for over 1,200 years. Dr. Linoli famously concluded that science, when it applies itself to things of the spirit, finds itself before a formidable impasse. Pretty powerful stuff, right? But Lanciano isn't an isolated incident. Let's fast forward to the 20th century, specifically to the miracle of Buenos Aires, Argentina. This one is particularly compelling because it's much more recent and involved multiple investigations. In 1996, during a Mass, a consecrated host fell to the floor. Following standard procedure, the priest placed it in a container of water in the tabernacle to dissolve. A few days later, upon inspection, it was discovered that the host had visibly transformed into a bloody substance. The local archbishop, who would later become Pope Francis, authorized a thorough scientific investigation. Samples were sent to various laboratories, including one in New York, under the direction of forensic pathologist Dr. Frederick Zugby. Dr. Zugby, unaware of the sample's origin, reported that the material was indeed human flesh and blood, specifically from the left ventricle of the heart, containing white blood cells, indicating that the heart was alive and under stress at the time the sample was taken. He even noted the presence of intact white blood cells, which would typically disintegrate quickly outside a living organism. When later informed that the sample came from a consecrated host that had been kept in water for days, Dr. Zugby was reportedly speechless, stating, "This is absolutely inexplicable from a scientific point of view. This wasn't just dead tissue. It showed signs of a living, suffering heart." Now, let's talk about another fascinating case from Tixtla, Mexico, in 2006. During a spiritual retreat, a consecrated host began to bleed from its center. Again, extensive scientific analysis was conducted. Mexican scientists and even an international team of experts, including Dr. Ricardo Castagon Gomez, examined the host. The results mirrored previous findings. The reddish substance was human blood of the AB group, and more significantly, it contained living human heart cells, specifically myocardial tissue, showing active movement and a presence of intact white and red blood cells and macrophages. The researchers concluded that the bleeding occurred not from external manipulation, but from within the host itself, suggesting an internal process in a fresh, living tissue. What makes these cases so compelling is not just the transformation itself, but the consistency of the scientific findings across different centuries and locations. We're consistently seeing human cardiac tissue, typically from the left ventricle. An AB-positive blood group, which is quite rare in the general population but notably, is also the blood type found on the Shroud of Turin. The presence of living cells, white blood cells, and signs of stress in the heart tissue often points to a living event, not just a static relic. These scientific investigations are not designed to prove a miracle in a theological sense, but rather to determine the natural properties of the substances. And time and again, the scientific method hits a wall, unable to offer a natural explanation for what has been observed. Scientists, approaching these phenomena with skepticism and rigor, have often been forced to concede that what they are observing defies known natural laws. They can tell us what it is, human heart tissue, living blood, but they cannot tell us how it got there, or why it remains preserved in such an unnatural state. These Eucharistic miracles invite us to ponder the deeper mysteries of existence. Whether you approach them from a place of faith or pure scientific curiosity, the evidence presented is truly thought. They stand as powerful reminders that there's more to reality than what our instruments can measure or our current understanding can fully explain. They challenge us to keep an open mind, to marvel at the inexplicable, and perhaps, to glimpse something truly transcendent. What do you think about these incredible stories? Have you heard of other Eucharistic miracles? Share your thoughts and questions in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you found this video as mind-blowing as I did, please give it a big thumbs up. Share it with your friends. And do you forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you do miss our next deep dive into the extraordinary. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.